What's going on, guys? It's your boy Spudzie here, and today, guys, I would like to show you my custom homemade build that I have for you all today. I made this build shortly after I got the new Zaitan variant for the Aurine legendary weapon. Check out that guide if you guys don't have yours yet and you would like to get it. Now, my build is homemade. It is not the best. It is not the top of the meta-breaking, new defining warrior build. It is just something fun I crafted for free to try. If you're bored, like me in Guild Wars, and there's not really a lot of content that appeals to you at the moment, so feel free to try this build. The build is linked in the description below. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscription if you enjoyed this video, or if you tried this build and you like it. Without further ado, guys, here is the video. So today for this build, we are going to be running Tactics, Arms, and Spellbreaker. I chose Spellbreaker because you need a lot of defense. You need as much defense as you can get on this build because we are running Arms, so you're gonna be lacking a whole tree of it. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna go to Tactics. We're gonna run Lake Specialist, Shrug It Off, and of course the Vigorous Shouts. Now, Arms is where things get a little different from, you know, your typical warrior build. So for Arms, you want to run the Opportunist, the Blade Master, and dual wielding. Now this is where a majority of like your damage is going to come from. Okay, so you have the Opportunist, gain Fury and Adrenaline when you immobilize a target. Of course, we're going to get immobilized because of Lake Specialist. That's where that synergy comes in there, and we get that off of our Sword 2 or anything else that applies a cripple effect. So Sword 4 being that as well. Moving on to Blade Master, you gain expertise and connie damage while wielding a sword, and sword skills gain reduced recharge. That's the no-brainer because we're running two swords. Why would we not run this, right? And lastly, you're going to be running dual wielding. This will just increase the attack speed when wielding a main hand weapon in your offhand, so sword. And lastly, I will cover Spellbreaker. In Spellbreaker, I run No Escape, Slow Counter, and Magebane Tether. Your pretty typical stuff in Spellbreaker. No Escape lets us do dazes and stunts, inflict, immobilize, which synergizes well with our Opportunist. Slow Counter also applies a cripple, which synergizes well with our Lake Specialist, and Magebane Tether is just great for sticking onto targets. Overall, Spellbreaker has a nice tree for this build that complements it really well. For my abilities, I run Mending, Bull's Charge, Shake It Off, Endure Pain, and Rampage. Mending is a great Condi Cleanse and Heal. Bull's Charge is a great gap closer and combo with your Flurry. Shake It Off is great Condi Cleanse, Stun Break, and healing as well because of our Vigorous Shout talent. Always run this. And Endure Pain is just great because you take no damage from attacks for 3 seconds and you break a stun. Rampage is also the best elite for this build because you take 50% reduced damage, you get swiftness, stability, and your abilities Immobilize and Daze, which just fit in with the whole build itself. Can run Battle Standard though as well if you want the Mass Revive, the Mass Finishers, and the boons of course. Now we'll move on to the gameplay section of this video. Now I do have some gameplay here for you of this build in action. On this first kill, I don't really have any influence here. I just hit him a few times, but watch what happens to this Hollowsmith when I use my burst ability. Look how much this does. So I'm going in, look at that damage. The bleed stack on him, he's going down, he's ticking down so fast. Yes, there are teammates there, but your boy does score the kill in the end. The pressure, the damage from Flurry is just so overwhelming for him to handle. In this next clip, we do have a Reaper here who will taste the Flurry. Look at that damage on the Flurry. The cleave damage and the AoE bleed on everyone is just, it's too much for him to handle. I do get the big tether off the burst. He pulls back, but he does get his teleport off, which is a really nice teleport, I will say, from him. That was really good. Now I do walk in here and I do get frozen, but I am able to shake it off in time, and I do hit a nice immobilize, but he gets pushed back. But the flurry, the bleed damage is just too much for him, and your boy gets another kill. I jump onto a Woolbender. Now, at the time of recording this, Woolbender is the best class in PvP at the moment, so this was probably a stupid move. But you know what? I'm fearless. I go and hit a mean Bull Charge into the Flurry. Look at that damage. The burst into the bleed is 11 stacks on him right now, 12 now. I jump on him, closing the gap, sticking on him like glue. Now, I will say, after this clip, I did buy myself a spawner mini because, look at that combo from him. I get the Flurry, spawner swiping. It's just a clean kill, another pickup for your boy, but actually, it is Spawnier who claims this one. And now for the final clip, I do jump onto a Harbinger. Now, Harbinger is a hard matchup to face. Harbinger just good in general is really good. He goes ahead and leaves his trail here. I follow. I'm wary though. I'm seeing if he's gonna take his trail or not. If he does, I get the nice Bull Charge. He does take it back, so I do get to claim the home objective, but not before. he comes back and wants more. So I go ahead and switch over to Sword and Shield. I go ahead and block a few of his hits. I get stunned, but I do shake it off in time. I go for a nice little shield bash. Oh, it's the flurry. That does so much damage. He does cleanse it though, however, but I am stacking the blades on him pretty fast. Though I have a tether on him, he cannot go far. Unfortunately, I do get third-partied by a different individual, a Reaper actually. So I'm kiting it out here in Rampage, you know, like how you should. In Rampage, my teammate does come through. I'm just going to go and keep kiting it out, wait for these dots to take off, just wait for my opportunity to strike. I am playing a little back here defensive. I switch over to shield. I'm blocking a little bit in case, you know, I don't know why I'm blocking, but just in case, okay, I do get a heal off and I jump back in. Now's my chance. I hit the nice stun into the crazy, look at that bloody blade flurry. It's hitting both targets, bleeding both targets, and that pressure is going to be just enough for me to take down the Reaper and soon to be the Harbinger as well. He's immobilized. I do hit some nice bleeds. Another flurry, a crazy flurry. I do go down, however, but not before the Harbinger and Reaper are also down. And I'm able to get back up and finish off both of those kills. A nice two-piece for your boy.